Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you all this evening? How is everybody this evening? Oh, lovely Saturday night. Guys, for those of us who haven't met, I'm Garfield Waller, and welcome to tonight's episode of Rock the Mic. Anyway, I hope you all are fine. I hope everybody is in a good mood. I hope everybody is healthy. I hope you have been minding the COVID restrictions, keeping safe, wearing your mask, keeping your distance. And I want to know, guys, where are you calling from? Let me know. Let me have an idea. Where are you guys calling from this evening? Where are you logged in from? Please don't be afraid to put comments in because that's the way we have this rapport going. Don't be afraid to comment. Regardless of what we're talking about, please, I'd love to have your input. So, guys, what have you been doing today? What have you been doing today? What's it been like? Have you been taking it easy or do you have a lot of chores to do around the house? What was today like? Come on, guys, let me know. Put your comments in. This is Garfield Waller with Roc da Mic. We have a very interesting topic coming up. We'll start in a few minutes, but I just want to get a feel of who is on, who is not. I had to start a little bit later than usual because some people are saying, hey, 9 Eastern, 8 Jamaican is a bit too early. So, guys, if you have comments, please let me hear them. Come on. Put something in the chat and let's get going, guys. Let's get going. This is Garfield Waller with Roc da Mic. And I'm hoping we can have something lively this evening. Let's have a rapport. You and I going back and forth, back and forth. Let's talk about this. So, guys, what's been happening? Have you been keeping up with the news lately? Have you been keeping up with the news? What about that poor English politician who got stabbed to death in church meeting his constituents? What is the world coming to? What is the world coming to? And hey, we expect this from some third world country, but England, the mother country, wow. Can you imagine? Looking at the world of sports, guys, world of sports. If you're in the United States, you're thinking about World Series baseball with the Dodgers, the Astros, Boston Red Sox, and the Atlanta Braves. Have you been keeping up with that? For those in Jamaica, I know the EPL, the English Premier League, is foremost on their minds. I know it's foremost on your minds. And there are some people who delight in Manchester United's misfortunes. Liverpool held to a draw, I think, today, and Chelsea winning. So that's for that. Guys, for those in Jamaica and those who are from the West Indies and cricket is a part of your blood, what do you think about this week's controversy with Sir Curtly Ambrose and Chris Gayle? I don't know if you're familiar with it, but Chris Gayle came hard at Curtly Ambrose for basically criticizing him. And to me, I don't think it was criticism. Ambrose was making a statement. I think Gayle was a bit hot-headed in the way he responded. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think. Is there anybody out there ready to respond in the chat? Let me know where you're logging on from. Where are you talking from? Is it Jamaica? Is it some other island in the Caribbean? Is it the United States or Canada? Come on, guys. This is Roc da Mic, and I want to know what you think. We have a very interesting topic this evening, and before we get into it, I want to send, how should I say, birthday greetings to anybody who had birthdays this week. And on the flip side of this, if you lost any family members, if you have a death in the family, please accept my condolences. But guys, let's see what we can get going tonight. Let's see what the topic is tonight, guys. As you all saw on the stream, boom, that's it. Let's discuss social media. Is it a blessing or is it a curse? Is social media a blessing or a curse? What do you think? Put your comments in the chat, guys. I'd love to hear your comments on this. If you think social media is good, let me hear why. If you think it's bad, good. I want to hear why. I'd love to hear why also. So let's bring up that app with all the different social medias because, hey, I didn't know there were so many. So let's look at them. Some you may recognize, some you may not. immediately I recognize what? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. That's all I can recognize at the moment. I think WhatsApp is there too. I don't know any of the others. But what about you guys? What do you think of social media? Do you think it's a blessing? Do you think it's a curse? Is it something good? Is it something bad? Is it something that started off for the good of mankind and then went downhill? What do you think? Let me know what you think. Put a comment in whether you're logging in from Facebook or you're logging in from YouTube. I'd love to really know your thoughts on the matter. Social media. Guys, when I think of social media, I think way back, I think of what is it? What's the name of that? MySpace. You remember MySpace? Hey, Dana, how are you, Dana? Good night, my dear. Glad to have you log in. And I see you're logging in from Facebook. I can always trust Dana. I know Dana is gonna be here. Anyway, Dana, in the chat, what social media do you use? Which ones do you use, Dana? Let me know which ones you use. Are you just a Facebook person, or are you just a YouTuber, or anyone? Which one are you most comfortable with, D? So once again, guys, welcome to Roc da Mic. I want to tell you, go ahead, post your comments, and let's see where you're coming from. Let's see where you're coming from. So, first question, what's your favorite social media platform? Do you have it on your phone, your computer, or both? You use everything, Dan. Oh, wow, I didn't know you were so hip. I didn't know you were so modern. You use everything. Which is your favorite? Which is your favorite, Dana? We see Dana here telling us, hey, she uses it all, every one of them. Wow. I can only basically use Facebook and WhatsApp. I use a little YouTube to do broadcasting, but I'm more I'm more a Facebook person. I'm more a Facebook person. So Dana, which is your favorite? Like I say, guys, welcome to Rock the Mic. And if there's anybody else logging in or you're listening, don't lurk in the background. Come on, put something in the comments. Dana is saying, hey, she uses everything. I had no idea she was that hip to the styles going on today. I thought she was a MySpace person. I thought Dee only knew MySpace. So, Dana, tell me, which one is your favorite? Oh, Tari Talks is saying she's from YouTube and she's saying she'd get on TikTok. I think TikTok is for the the young at heart. I have no clue what TikTok's about, Harry. So could you enlighten me about TikTok? TikTok. Okay, Dana. So you love everything. WhatsApp person, Facebook, you love everything. Oh my gosh. You must have a lot of time, D. But most people are using basically everything. Most people are using basically all of them. All of them. I am only familiar, like I said, Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp. Oh, Tari Talks is saying she think I'd be popular on TikTok. Isn't TikTok just for people showing dancing? I have no moves. I have no moves. I have no clue what this TikTok is about. Once in a while, I see, yes, Tari, I know it's you. I know it's you. And by the way, your dog right is asleep right at my feet. So, Dana, are you using TikTok? So, guys, you say where you are watching from, which country, state, or city. Yeah, I'd love to know where you're calling from, guys. You get great info on which one, Dana? Which one gives you the info? Okay, Yadir, how are you? Good. Thanks for logging in, Yadir. Yadir, we're talking about social media tonight. Which is your favorite, Yadir? And I see shut up, gay dog saying, bro, it's oh, oh God. Yes, Tara, opinion is right here at my feet. So, Yadir, what's your favorite social media platform? What is it? Facebook, YouTube, TikTok? Oh, Yadir, you're onto TikTok. Okay, okay, good. I have to go check out this TikTok because I have no idea what it's about. So here's my other question, guys. If you use all these social media, what do you mainly use them for? What do you mainly use them for? And Tara is logging in from Pittsburgh. Yes, guys. Tara is my one and only daughter, and she's out in Pittsburgh doing her externship. Hi, Vanji. Glad to have you on board, Vanji. You coming from you're on Facebook. Okay. Yes, Yadi here. I honestly thought it was just for dancing. So, Vanji, let me throw this at you. What's your favorite social media, Vanji? And what do you really use it for? Okay, yeah, dear, you use it to entertain yourself. And shut up, gay dog is saying to post pictures of my cat. Oh my God. I think that could be done anywhere. So let me hear from you guys. Those of you who are logged in, what do you mainly use this social media for? Is it entertainment? Is it information? Is it just to keep up with your friends? Is it to keep up with your friends? And Vanji saying she uses it to communicate with friends and family. Let me tell you the truth, guys. I came to social media about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. You see, I had no idea where my friends were. My batchmates from college, my friends from high school, I had no idea until I attended the funeral of one of my dear friends. And I met everybody then. And they were telling me, hey, why do you need to be on Facebook? That's where everybody is. I had no idea what they were talking about. Yes, Mr. Cameron, glad to have you here, sir. Your favorite is Facebook and WhatsApp. So, Cami, what do you mainly use it for? Is it entertainment or news or what? Yes, Mr. Cameron, glad to have you here. What's your main use, main function for using Facebook? What do you use it for mainly? Diana is saying, hey, she used it for the ministry. Yes, Dan, I see you all the while. Vanji saying WhatsApp is also great for keeping connected. Yes, Vanji, I love WhatsApp, but for texting, fine, but the quality of the calls suck. Okay, and Mr. Cameron is saying to get the latest news from Jamaica, and I get it on Facebook. Yeah, we're coming to all that new stuff. We'll be coming to all that new stuff, man. Yep. Yes, Tara, you really forced me to make a Facebook page. Thank you. I'll always be grateful. I'll always be grateful for that. Okay, now, guys, for all the time you use these things, whether you're using Facebook, WhatsApp, TikTok, whatever, can you give me an idea? How many hours per day do you think you're on social media? Like Vanji saying, okay, because it's free. Hey, another thing, if you had to pay for these things, do you think you would be using them that often? Just think. Suppose there was a charge associated with Facebook or YouTube. Do you think you'd be on it that often? Let me hear what you say, guys. Vanji saying, yes, it's free. So, but look at my question on the screen, guys. How many hours per day do you think you're on social media? Do you think it's less than one? When you add up all the times you look, 2 to 3 hours. If I had to pay, no, not paying anything. Yeah, free is good, yeah, dear. Free is good. Free is good. But guys, the rest of you, okay, but Dana, you wouldn't pay for that, okay? If I had to pay, no. I guess these people maybe had better bring in a charge. But how many hours per day? Oh, Vanji, 4. My gosh, Vanji. Oh, forgot, you're a businesswoman, so you need to be on it. You need to be on it often. And shut up, gay dog is probably like 6 hours a day, so I can avoid doing anything. If I had to pay, I wouldn't use it all. Probably, wow, 6 hours per day. But seriously, when you add up all the time you log on, how much would that come to? And Marcia is on. I see my wife is on. She is one of them who is stays away from social media. Just to get her logging on tonight, she must. Oh my God, this is history. On the 16th of October, my wife logged on to social media. Oh, Dana, you don't want to say how much, okay? But Cameron is saying too much time, too much time, too much time. Oh my God, Ryan is here too. Ryan, that's my boy. maybe like 3 hours total. And yeah, I don't believe you one bit. I don't believe you one bit. But do you think social media is taking up too much of our time, guys? Do you think it's taking up too much of your time? By the way, let me ask you, do you have this? Do you have your social media app just on your phone or on your computer? Or do you have it on both? I'd love to know. There's some people who just use it on the phone, some people totally computers. Where do you have yours? Is it on the phone or on your computer, or do you have it on both? Where do you have it? You guys remember, if you're enjoying the stream, why not consider subscribing to the channel, please? Follow me on Facebook, like, share, and please leave a comment. Okay, Dana, you have it on the phone and on the tablet. Okay, Ryan, I definitely think it's taking up too much of people's time. I know a lot of people are so obsessed with it that it clouds your perception of life. Yeah, we're coming to that. Yes, Cammy, I know you'd have it on both. I know you'd have it on both. And if you could have it on your TV, I know you'd put it there too, right? And Vangela does both. Yeah, I do both also. I do both. Big question here. Big question here coming up, guys. How often do you check your phone? Is it every 10 minutes, every 30 minutes, every hour, or do you check it as often as possible? How often do you check your phone? Oh my God, Cameron, on your iPad also. Good God. You're really hooked on this thing. Okay. Mhm. Okay, you and Ray, glad to have you here, Mr. Allen. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. You check yours every 5 minutes. Ray checks his when it rings. Anybody check it on a more frequent basis? Or some people are gonna check it like every 2 hours or so. And Vanjie, you plead the fifth. Okay, shut up, gay dog. You're saying whenever it rings. If someone messages me, that's some Ryan. And Marcia, yes, I know you seldom know where your phone is, right? And Dana is at least telling the truth as often as possible. Yes, I check mine very often too, especially since mine gives a buzz every time there's a posting or a new message. And we find ourselves, guys, hey, this thing can become quite addictive. Okay, another question, guys. What are your posts usually about? What are your posts usually about? Is it something personal? Is it just general stuff, politics, religion? What do you normally post about? And please tell the truth. And once again, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Makes it more enjoyable when you really have people there. Because I know I love to talk, but it's hard talking to myself. And Ray saying, really, I can't because of my job. You have to focus on the road. Oh, yes, Ray, you're always on the road. Yes. Oh, yes, Yadier. It goes off sometime. Okay. Okay. Yes, Yadi, I know you post about your team, Barcelona. And Dana. Yes, Dana, I know religion is first and foremost for you. I read every one of your posts. Personal too, and it depends. What do you guys post about? Let me hear. Shut up, gay dog is posting about a cat. Oh my God, you're a cat person. Yes, Ray, I see yours every day too. I send a devotional thought every morning to my friends. Yep, I read them, sir. I read them. They come to me very early. And Vangela, the author, I share interesting quotes, but sometimes I post something I find funny. Yes, Vanji, you have a great sense of humor. So, guys, welcome to Roc da Mic. I'm your host, Garfield Waller. We're talking about social media. Is it a blessing or a curse? We haven't really gotten to that yet. I'm just feeling out everybody to see what they're all about. Yes, Cameron, political and religious. Why are you leaving out sports? I see you posting about sports too. I see you posting about sports too. Okay. Now, please tell the truth about this question now, guys. What is the longest period you have ever gone without social media? Or let's put it another way, how long do you think you could go without social media? How long do you think you could last? And what's the longest period you've ever gone? A day? Oh, some people die. An hour? 2 hours? Let me hear what you think. Let me hear what you're thinking. The longest. Thanks for logging in. And really and truly, I'm happy to have you here, guys. I'm really happy to have you here. You make it more enjoyable. It's tough talking to yourself. But just know that 24 hours. Vanji, you have done that 24-hour bit. Okay. Anybody else? What's the longest period you've ever gone without social media? Let me hear. And anybody else who's lurking, hey, just come on, post something, please. Don't just watch. Yes, yep. I'm very thankful for social media. If it wasn't for it, I would have lost contact with many of my friends. Yes, that's true, Ray. I would have been a loner. I would have been here in Florida by myself, just me and my family. Okay, Yadir, you've been 2 months because your phone was taken away. And you could probably or possibly do 3 months. Okay. Ray, where are you calling from? Ray, where are you on from, Ray? Is it New York? Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, where? So, Tara, how long have you ever gone without social media? Cameron is saying a week? Oh my gosh, I don't believe that. Cameron, what was wrong? You couldn't pay the phone bill or what? You went a week without social media. Wow. And Shut Up the Gay Dog is saying nearly a year. Oh yes, Ray, you're from Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon, okay. What's the weather like up there, Ray? Is it getting cool yet? Is it getting cool yet? Okay, so we see that. By the way, guys, last week, when Facebook and WhatsApp went down, how did that affect you guys? How were you feeling? Okay, Cameron, you're in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's when it happened. Okay. And who is this? Garrett Kissamore. Oh, Kissamore, glad to have you here, Garrett. Couple of months ago, social media got grounded. Okay. Okay. And Dan, I say she can keep away long. I have a lot of people looking forward to my messages. Okay. Yes, Dana, especially those devotional messages. Okay, Ray saying it's 59 degrees and it's raining. Okay, down here in Orlando, it's as dry as sawdust. Dry as sawdust. Instagram went down. Yep, I know, Yadir. That must have been tough for you not being able to keep up. yeah, yes, Henry. I was out there last year. Yes, and that cause of that data. Yes, it adds up. It adds up. Oh my God, Shut Up Gay Dog. You couldn't see any cat posts on Instagram, ruined my whole day. By the way, how many cats do you have? How many cats do you have? Okay, guys, now let's get into the meat of this discussion. Look at my next question here. What are some of the good things you can point out about social media? Good things. Let's discuss the good first before we move on. What are some of the good things you can point out about social media? Is it any good? Since this thing has been around, 10 years? What good has come off social media? What good has come off social media, guys? Let me hear what you think. Oh, you have one cat. His name is Henry. He's orange. An orange cat. Like Garfield, right? Yes, guys. What do you think about social information? Information travels fast. At the click of a button, good. Yadir saying he can find new friends, and him and Cameron is finding old friends. Yeah, it's good for that. That was a godsend for me, for linking up with people I haven't seen in over 30, 40 years. And Vanjik, keeping up with news, information, links with friends. Garrett Kissamore, easier connection with people. Yes, Diana, first it reconnects you to family, friends, especially old schoolmates. Yes, Diana, I had no idea where you were since we left high school. Thank God for social media. And Henry, Mr. Cameron must be one of the rare birds out there. News. Yes, Ray, gossip. I should, say, it lets me bully my friends for being blind. Oh my God, that's funny. But guys, information is key. Remember, if you're enjoying the stream, share it. Share it. Link up a friend with it, guys. Link up somebody else with it. Follow me on Facebook, YouTube, because guess what? It helps me when you share and subscribe because it helps me to be promoted higher in the YouTube algorithm. So please, guys, don't be afraid to share this with because I really want this blossoming into something else. I intend to make this just more than just chatting. And Henry saying I used to read the Gleaner and the Observer. Yes, that's how I do too, Henry. I first thing every morning it's a Gleaner. Once I'm out of bed, it's a Gleaner. I have to see what's going on home. So any other good thing, any other good point in social media, anything else that we can say, yes, it's been a godsend. Apart from information, news, entertainment, any other aspect that it has to, that's good. Okay, and since we're sort of running out of the good, now let's look at the not so good things because I believe there are so many points on the opposite side. Okay, and Gary finds out who has foreign social media. Okay, but now I get a lot more, even from my hometown. Yes, even our hometown, Jamaica, everybody has, there's a little group, a St. Mary group, a group from Port Maria. There are groups all over. So, yes, it also helps law enforcement. Helps law enforcement a lot, Vanji. And you, Vanji, some criminals are so stupid. Have you ever seen what they post? guys, guys doing bad things and actually posting it live on Facebook. Yeah, and yeah, yes, very addictive, yeah, but I don't think that's a good thing. That's coming later on in the bad when we discuss the bad things. Yep. Yeah, law enforcement has been using it a whole lot. I saw the other day where this girl was just posting and she's on the wanted list. And before she could be finished posting, the cops picked her up because they could track her. People are very, very stupid. And this social media has taken over. It's rare to find an individual now who is not on some form of social media. Yes, guys, I'd love to know really where you are coming on from. Those messages that say Streamlabs, they are put on by a bot, basically a robot that I've set up. And I'll soon be able to run polls online. Everything's coming. Everything is coming. And honestly, guys, like I said, I intend to expand this and we're going to do everything, everything on it. Fun, religion, politics, you name it. And then I'll soon get back to that whole St. Mary High thing. And it just gives people a platform to be terrible to each other, especially Twitter. Yeah, how could we forget Twitter? That's one I've never used. And Vanji, you coming in from Connecticut. Okay. Any on the WeChat, Keiko Talk? I've never heard of those, Ray. Can you explain to us what that is? Garrett, I've never touched Twitter. I've never touched Twitter. Hey, Dorothy. How are you doing, Dorothy? From the ATL, Georgia. How are you doing? I see Georgia is now ranked number 1 in the NCAA football. Good. You Bulldogs are doing a great job so far. Glad you could take down Alabama. Yes, Ray, what's this WeChat? Or this Keiko or Kakoa? I have no idea what that is. Can you explain, Ray? Yes, and Dana is saying she has never heard of that either. WeChat is Chinese and Keiko is Korean. I figured Keiko, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And Ray, you speak Chinese, right? And yeah, you okay. Getting up on 18 plus accounts, and that is on Twitter. Okay, which angers me. But I've never touched Twitter. Ray, which one of those languages you speak? Korean or you speak both? I think you do, right? Okay, so Ray's saying one is Chinese, one is Korean. Just a few words, Ray. The only thing I know in Chinese is like shrimp fried rice or something like that. Okay. Okay, and Mr. Bryson. Welcome, sir. Welcome, Mr. Bryson. And Bryce is saying it forces the traditional media to be more alert and truthful. That's a good point, Mr. Bryson. That's a good point. Yeah, the traditional media now has competition. Now has competition. And if you're competing for the ears, the eyes, and the minds of people, you gotta step up your game. You gotta step up your game. Okay, we've been on for half an hour now. Let's touch the bad points. Let's go look at the bad points of social media. Guys, what do you think are the bad things about social media? Let's hear you guys. What do you think is bad about social media? What are some of the things you'd love to change about social media? Let me hear you. What is bad about social media? Come on. I'm typing this new question. Yes, guys. What is bad about? Okay. Hi, Marjorie. How are you, Marjorie? Glad to have you here. Marjorie, tell us where you're writing in from. Welcome to Miss Marjorie Comrie Paul. Okay. It's very addictive and people are very rude to each other. Yes, that's true. Scammers, hackers. And Marjorie saying, yes, spreads misinformation. Makes me want to attack people sometimes. Calm down, the idea. Too much tracking of your movement. Too much tracking of your movement. People become reliable on it and it starts to dictate how they live. Social media gives off of fake realities. Racing spread false news. And Margie is calling from, oh, yes, Margie, I know you're in Southern Florida. It can be a thief of one's time. Yes, Dorothy, that's so true. You spend so much time on it, you don't realize what's happening. Enables more rumor. Norman is here. Thank you, Norman. You're from Southern Florida also. Okay. Rumor mongering. People are unkind to each other, says Marcia. Good. Okay. Okay. People are unkind to each other. Guys, what do you think about this? Listen, what do you think of the people? I'm saying that it forces people to alter their personality. Don't you think so? Don't you think it forces people to alter the personality? And shut up, gay dog, saying it can encourage people to be toxic to one another. People feel good when they get a bunch of likes or shares, so they will say something awful, so people will spread their posts. Yep, I think scientists says your brain gets a rush off. What's the name of that chemical dopamine? And you feel enlightened when you get a post. I watch people, and when they log on, if there's no post for them, you can see the depressed look on their face. That look on their face is like, oh, they expect every time they open Facebook or YouTube or whatever, something should be there for them. Yes, people hide behind an avatar, not just their face. Mikey's saying some people used to spread lies, but people's personality change. I'm going to be honest, even for me, when I get on YouTube or Facebook, my personality will change because normally those who know me know I'm a nice, friendly, decent guy. But my post on Facebook, I'll mess with people on Facebook and YouTube, especially my good friend Jean. I was hoping she'd have been here tonight. But your personality tends to change. It happens with most people. And a lot of people can be very nasty. And Gay Dog is saying, I don't think it really forces you to change, but people want to appear better than they are online. Yes, guys, do you believe everything people post? If you follow the post on, say, Facebook, everybody is living a charmed and fascinating life. Is that really so? Is that really so? Do people live the life that they would have you believe that they post on Facebook? If you watch their posts, everything is great. They're always going here, they're going there. Yes, Ray, I'm wondering where Gene and Rosie? They must be gone to bed. I can't believe they're not here. Yeah, but look at people's posts. Their life is all peaches and cream. They seem to be living the best life ever. Is it really true? I really think that's a lie from the pits of hell. Yeah. Yes, and when they post their family, oh, have you ever seen those pictures of the near perfect family? We're all here having dinner. We're all here hanging out. Here is my wonderful aunt or brother or uncle, and they're always taking pictures on yachts, even though some of them have never been near the water. Yes, it makes people live basically a false, a falsehood. Let me ask you something too. When it comes to friends, that word friends, you're gonna befriend somebody, you're gonna unfriend somebody. On on social media, do you really have friends? Are they really friends? Oh, and Marcia saying that's one reason why she really stays away from social media. Do you really have friends, guys? Yadia, we talk about that later, Yadia. We talk about that later, Yadia. I want to get to this social media thing. No, do we really have friends like it says on Facebook? Sending a friend request. Is it just are you really friends with the person or just an acquaintance? Because I believe a friend should be able to count on someone when they're having a hard time. You need a little help, you should be able to call on a friend. You need a kind word, you should be able to call on a friend. But do you believe people on Facebook really have friends? Or are they living in a make-believe world? Is it a make-believe environment, guys? Let me hear what you say. Yeah, dear, we'll talk later. Yeah, I say it's true that persons use Facebook to post good things about themselves, but others can use to post the bad about you as well. That's true. And Marjorie, of course, you do have genuine friends, but most friends are just people who want to see you fall. That is so true, Marjorie. That is so true. Especially when you have a genuine friend and they have a friend who you don't know, but Facebook says they're your friends. That is tough. That is tough. But yeah, yes, Dana, that's true. Sometimes it's not really friends. These are make believe friends, and some live in a make believe world. You'll hear some people are like, oh my God, I have 300 and something friends. That's a load of bull. Nobody has that many friends. And if you check it, you may have just a handful of real friends. These are just your Facebook friends. I don't know if you could call them, friends. Now, another question, especially for people like Mr. Bryson, Cameron, and Marjorie and Dana. Listen, do you think Facebook enhances or destroys one's social skills? Think about the social skills that we have. Do you think Facebook harms that? Do you think Facebook harms those skills or what? Do we still know how to talk? Do we still know how to communicate with people? What do you think? What do you think, guys? Facebook, does it really help or harm our social skills? Mm, It is possible that some people confuse friends with acquaintances. Yes, a lot of people do. Oh, Dr. Edmonds, glad to have you on, Dr. Edmond. We were coming to you too. You're going to be on soon, Doctor. Okay. It's possible that some people confuse friends with acquaintances. Without a doubt, in what? HF? What is HF? Yes, some people say they have a lot of friends, but are they really your friends? But guys, think of your social skills. Do we know how to talk to people again? Do we not talk to people anymore? Do we know how to approach somebody and sit down and have a good conversation? Have you gone to a restaurant and just seen everybody with their heads down on their phones? Nobody talks anymore. Yes, Ray, I agree with you. One thing it does is corrupt the English language. People can't, because of these slangs and these abbreviations, people don't know how to spell anymore. It's true. You are right. You are right, right? People come up with these slang and you want to call it ebonics, but uh, that's true. And Margie saying a lot of people use social media to make money, friends, for that to build your client. Yes, it can be used for Networking, yes, it's network is good. Networking is good. But people no longer talk to anybody. People no longer read. Some people feel safe on social media, but I really wonder. I really wonder. Yeah, that's true. Just like email, Garrett is saying, yeah, instead of speaking to somebody face to face, people go by social media. Dr. Edmonds, social media hides one's emotion. Yes, behind that keyboard, you can be who you want to be. You can be as pleasant as whatever. Nobody's actually seeing your face. They can't really gauge your emotions. So, in one way, it can make that shy person a bit braver. Mhm. But it can also bring out anger also. But there are a lot of people who'd rather text. For example, take this what I'm doing here now. There are many people who I have invited on, and they're scared to come on. I don't know why. Are they afraid of showing their face or they're hiding their true feelings? But that same person who turns me down for an interview, that same person goes on Facebook or WhatsApp and posts a litany of things. And I'll say to them, hey, I saw what you posted. That means you have some ideas you want to get out. Why not sit with me for an interview? No, no. So they hide behind the keyboard sometimes. And Gay Dog is saying, yes, I've had people send me a text when I'm sitting right next to them. I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen. People sitting around the same table and they're texting each other. So we are losing that sense of communicating with each other. And it happens in every family. It happens in every family. All the heads go down and everybody starts texting. Everybody starts texting. Now, guys, what about misinformation? What about misinformation? How do you see this thing working out? People spreading conspiracy theories. How do you see this, guys? What I'm really asking you is, should these social media platforms be regulated? Should some government entity step in and regulate what is being posted, what is being said, what is being shown on these platforms? What do you think about that, guys? Should it be left free and open for people to police themselves, or should we have an entity, a governmental agency overseeing this? Let me hear your ideas on this. What do you think? Sending out an APB for Miss Jean Martin Reyna and Rosemary Booth. I'd love to have those people log on because I'd love to hear what you think. And the idea is saying I hate misinformation because people actually believe the horrible things. And he's thinking social media. Okay. Unless illegal content is being posted, no, it should be left up to the owner of the site or the services. But Gay Dog, what happens when the owner doesn't police what's going on? And Vangela, that's a danger because people tend to go with what is trending. Yes, but should everything that's trending be allowed to trend? Shouldn't some of it be taken down? I know people are going to talk about free speech, but there's some things that, hey, people know it's an outright lie. Yes, Vanji, it's censorship, but should we have it or not? In order to protect the innocent. And Mikey's saying, let it regulate itself. All right. Why do you say that, Mikey? Can you elaborate on that? Elaborate on that, Mikey. Let the whole thing regulate itself. And while you're saying, while you're typing your answer, bear in mind that, guys, bad news is going to travel faster and trend more than good news. And from what we have seen, lies travel faster and further than the truth. But I'm just saying, I'm just asking. You guys are saying free speech, let it regulate itself. Any solid reason why? Any solid reason why we should allow it to regulate itself? Let me hear what you think. Should social media be regulated? If you think so or think not, give your reasons, guys. Give your reasons. Should social media be regulated? And remember, if you're coming in, just say where you're calling from. Say where you're texting from. Where do you live? What's the weather there like? How did you spend your day today? But back to social media, guys. Van G saying it's censorship. Mikey saying, yeah, let it regulate this stuff. Any thoughts? What about Mr. Cameron? What do you think about this? Should we just leave social media to people just set the rules as they go along? Or should a government step in? Cannot regulate itself because it's for profit. Yep. Facebook and these guys make a lot of money from commercials, advertisements. And remember, the more advertisement, the more money. And bad news is going to bring more viewers to it. Yes, Cameron, I think it's very difficult to strike the balance. It's gonna be a tough sell. It's gonna be a tough sell. Good point, Mikey. Good point. The government, if they're regulating it, they're gonna let you hear what they want to hear. And the second government gets that much say in business, they will take as much control as they can. Ray, you are familiar with what goes on in the Orient, I think. How is it in China and Korea? Is it regulated in those areas? How is it in the Orient? Is it regulated in China and Korea? I'd like to know what it's like in, like, say, North Korea. Is social media regulated there? Is social media regulated in those areas? Can people just go on and see what they want when they want? And I have Rodrigo Reyes. Yes, but that's why you don't put in the government, but the independent network. Okay. So we can see what that gentleman from Facebook is doing. The owner of Facebook, his name escapes me at the moment. But should he be allowed to have that much, that much power? Because what he has is real power. That is true. That is true, Henry. It strives because of the freedom. Yes. Mm-hmm. And you're thinking that once government gets in, it's going to go to hell. Okay. Okay. You don't think it's in North Korea? You don't think it's in North Korea? What about in China? Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, name escaped me. Don't you think that's too much power for one man to have? Jeez. America prides itself for its freedoms. Yes, but does that freedom sometimes need to be curtailed? Self-regulation gives you the opportunity for the truth to float like oil on water. Yeah, right. Nice saying, nice saying. But is that what happens in actuality? The truth. South Korea is open just like here. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking more North Korea. I want to know what it was like. What it was like there. But guys, we can see that, hey, this social media, it's here to stay. I'd love to see what happens in another 5 to 6 years. What do you guys think it's going to be like? No, seriously, put on your thinking caps. Go into the future, guys, because listen, 10 years ago, I don't think any of us thought this would be our reality today. What do you guys see coming down the road? Any improvement? Mr. Bernard, glad to have you here, Mr. Bernard. Glad to have you here. And I don't want to put your business out there, but I hope everything is okay with your family member. I hope you'll make a full recovery. And you are most welcome here, sir. And you're thinking it should be regulated to the extent that it deters malicious groups from radicalizing. Otherwise, let it rip. Okay. And Ray saying China has its own social media. But that from the West is monitored. Okay. They monitor everything coming from Europe and North America because they want to keep their people in check. But guys, think of 10 years down the road. Where do you see this going? Where do you see this going? I remember about 92 or so, 91, 92, when the internet really first came up, and it took you 5 minutes for your modem to log on. We never thought it would get to this stage. We never thought it would get to this stage. Now that we're here, where do you foresee this going? What improvements do you see down the road? Just think, when cell phones came in, wow, North Korea barely even has internet. They have access to internet. Only high-ranking officials get global. Okay. Yes, guys. Where do you see this going? When cell phones first came in and we had our flip Nokias, oh, we thought that was a big thing. Then they came up with the video messaging. Oh my God, that was progress. Now we're here in 2021. What do you see happening in, say, 2026 or 2030? And Lorna, Dr. Matthews, glad to have you here. You are late, Dr. Matthews. I'm going to take that up with you tomorrow. But we're happy to have you here. And Lorna is saying it will become more invasive in people's life. Yes, Vangela, remember them beepers on your hips? Oh my God. You had a beeper, you were styling. Remember, people thought only drug dealers had beepers. Yes, Mikey, businesses I foresee that too. The businesses will try and get more involved in social media. It's going to be hard to keep big business out. It's going to be really tough to keep big business out. They are going to, anywhere there's a dollar to be made, business is going to get in it. Okay, Garrett, I think there's a world where people realize social media is bad and stop using it, and another where it gets worse. Oh my gosh, Garrett, I don't know, but I'd love to see what improvements they can come up with. How can they make this more? Oh my gosh, I remember as a youngster watching Star Trek, and reading Dick Tracy comics and seeing them with what you could talk into. Oh my gosh, that to me was wow. But now it's here. Will we get to a point where we have holograms? Social media will probably just keep getting bigger and more invasive. Yes, I see that happening. I know in a couple of years, Facebook won't be the top dog in town. Because remember when it was MySpace? Everybody thought, oh, they're here to dominate. Then Facebook is getting competition from others. Yeah, I think in another 5-6 years, we're going to have several. We're going to have several different social media platforms, which will be vying for our attention, vying for our dollars. And I don't think it's going to be free for long. Yes, MySpace was the bomb, right? But MySpace was the bomb, man. Yeah, I honestly don't think it's going to be free in a few years from this. There's a lot of money to be made out there. There's a lot of money to be made. And I see, like Mikey said, big business will get involved. Big business will get involved in this. So Mark Zuckerberg, I think he had better make as much as he can now because he's going to have competition. He's going to have competition. I can even foresee when you just have social media just for politics, social media just for religion. What do you think about that, guys? And Lorna, Dr. Matthew saying business are now silently using social media to advertise. Yes, they break up everything, even this stream. In a week or so, this recording is going to be broken up and commercials dropped in. Every 5 minutes, you're going to put in a few advertisements or so because they're going to make some money out of it. Yeah, the problem yet is that Facebook is buying up their competitors. Yes, I think government is going to have to step in and break them up like they did the phone companies. Yes, and Gay Dog is saying they own so many other sites. Instagram, WhatsApp, Oculus, yep. Oh, we said the same thing about some of those big phone companies, yeah. In the 90s, we said the same, 90s and 80s, we said the same thing about, remember, Bell and all these big phone companies. We thought they would be dominating forever. But as we advance, as progress is made, people are going to find more ways. You're going to have a lot of startup companies, guys just starting up in the basements or whatever. who will get in and grab a chunk of this. Yes, Garrett, it's successful because it's free, but as there's money to be made, these guys are gonna gobble this thing up. And remember, if you're enjoying the stream, guys, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. And don't be afraid to share this. Please share this with a friend. If you're in Facebook, just share it with via Messenger or some other medium. But I like this to get out. Yes, Mars is saying one company cannot manipulate and dominate the world like this. Yes, it's the day's coming when I firmly believe they're gonna be broken up. They're gonna be broken up. And guys, for those logging in for the first time, let's make it a habit. Be with me on Saturday nights. Let's just spend a few minutes just talking together, getting to know each other, sharing ideas, picking each other's brains instead of just sitting down watching movies. Oh my gosh, COVID has been a godsend for the movie business. I know a lot of you have been just gobbling up all these movies on Amazon, Hulu, Netflix, HBO. Some of you have been binge watching. Well, guys, we are nearing that 1 hour mark, and I'd like to thank you guys for logging in. Thank you guys for logging in. It's been fun just sitting here talking with you. It's been fun interacting with you, hearing your ideas. Some of you have great ideas. And before you leave tonight, before we finish, in the chat, could you help me out with some ideas, please? What should we talk about next? Who next can I interview? Please put some suggestion there. What's the next topic we can go on to? I'd love to hear your input. I'd love to have your input. Please, if you can think of anything that we can talk about, anything that we can discuss, just drop it in the chat, guys, and we look it over and see what's viable for next week. Because, like I say, some people just don't. They're afraid to come on. They have great ideas. If you put them behind that keyboard, yep, they'll type away till next morning. But man, come on screen with me. Sit down with me. Let's talk. Okay, Dr. Edmonds, social media will no doubt expand. This pandemic has allowed people to keep in touch through social media. However, if our democracy is threatened, then it will need monitoring. And it has already been threatened. People are dumb and don't read enough. Hey, are you with those? Are you guys numbered among the people who no longer watch TV for your news or read the newspaper or listen to the radio, but go straight to, say, Facebook or one of those social media platforms? A lot of people no longer listen to the news. People no longer watch the news, but they go straight to Facebook. Straight to Facebook. Yes, Henry, I know you don't go on here. Jamaican food. Yes, we can do that. We can do that. So you can get out all your recipes. Ray, you don't want to talk about Jamaican food. What's up? What's up with you, Ray? Yeah, so get out your recipes. We can share recipes then. Yes, Dr. Matthews, you get your news from Twitter. Like I said, I have never used Twitter. We should talk about the worrying signs of misinformation. Yes, the idea. Good. Thanks for the suggestion. But put in your suggestions, guys. Who can I talk to? What can we talk about? Because there are a lot of people I have on my radar. And when I get in touch with them, they're running scared. They are running scared. Oh, Ray, and because I'm wondering, Ray passing up food? That's strange, man. That is strange. So, Ray, please, tomorrow, you and I have to get on Jean and Rosie. We have to get on them. Yes, Henry, I've never really touched Twitter. I'm gonna have to sign up for an account and see. Instagram, I've never really used it. Oh, Mr. Cook. All right, I talk to him and see. Yeah, I've never really used. I have an Instagram account, but I don't understand it. I really don't. I need somebody to sit me down and show me how to use Instagram. Twitter can be very informative. But Dr. Matthews, isn't there a character limit? How much is it? 32? Oh, how does it go? Make a TikTok. No, I don't even understand TikTok either. I don't. You'll have to show me next week. You'll have to show me that Yadir. Yadir, when we have some time in class or lunchtime, you're gonna have to show me how to do TikTok and how to do this Instagram thing. TG would be a great person. Which TG are you talking about? Terry Gillette? Is that the man you're talking about? If that's who you're talking about, let me know. Oh, and Vanji saying Twitter is mostly celebrity news. Okay. I use Instagram just for pictures. By the way, videos can be put on Instagram, right? Right? How long a video can you put? Can you put 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Oh, and Dorothy, you want me to ask the Prime Minister of Jamaica for an interview? You don't like me, Dorothy, right? You know, am I gonna get one of them Clark's boots? If I could get one, fine. If I could get one, fine. But I don't have the connections being up here. If somebody there wants to hook me up, fine. As long as you want. Oh, really? I thought Instagram would just be able to accept a few minutes of video. I didn't know it could be extended. Okay. All right, Ray. We'll see if we can work that up. We'll see if we can work that one up. I should have people in Highgate who could, link me up. Replying Vanji. What did Vanji say? I can't remember Vanji's. Oh, well, guys, we've now passed a 1 hour limit, and it's been great talking to you. Miss Vangela Hazel has a nice radio program going on Thursday evening on Optima Gold Radio called Perspectives. You should log into it sometimes. She has some very interesting topics. It's a very interesting program. That's optimagold.com. It's on Thursday evenings at 5 p.m. Eastern. The name of the program is Perspectives. And she has real good perspectives. Okay. Some of them are going to be really enlightening to you. So, guys, I want to thank you all again. Mr. Cameron, Dr. Matthews, Mr. Bryson, Mr. Allen, Gay Dog, Dorothy Henry, Dr. Edmonds, everybody, Dana, the first one logging in. Thank you all for coming on this evening, guys. It's been a fun night. The topic was real good. It's great to know what people think about something that's a part of everyday life, social media. Now we take it for granted. We take it for granted. So, Yadir, thank you for coming on. And everybody, over and out. It's been fun. I have enjoyed it. Stay safe, guys. Follow the COVID restrictions. And see you next week. Okay, I'll let you guys know during the week what we're going to be talking about. So, guys, thanks a lot. Yes. Oh, Vilma Reed, you were hiding there in the background. Come on, Vilma. Vilma, not just when we're about to leave, you're going to post something. Vilma, next week, I want you logging on first. A Marymount girl cannot come in and hide in the background. Okay, Vilma? Because Master, I'm going to rib her about this now. Marymount people hiding in the background. I didn't expect that, Vilma. So next week, I want you on first, Vilma. First and foremost. And we're going to interview some Marymount girls one of these evenings too. So you better get ready. All right, guys. Nice having you. Thanks a lot. Much respect. Much love. Take care. Be safe.